gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Top of the morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope all is well with each and every one of y'all. Hope you had a wonderful sleep and on your way to work and get that paper. You feel me? What's up, everybody, man? Top of the morning to y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up with your boy one time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good morning to everybody, man. It is Good Morning Raider Nation. Live Raiders podcast with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. Yes, indeed, man. I hope all is well with each and every one of y'all, man. It is a wonderful feeling to see all my friends in the chat. Simone. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Shout out to my extended silver and black family. Yes, indeed. We got Egotarian 207 in the building. What is the deal, my dude? Tops to you. Yes, sir. It's good to see you here, man. It's good to see you here. We got Raider Paul in the house, man. Raiders. You already know, man. Eugene Powell's in the building. Powell writing the kisser. You feel me? That's how we get down with the get down, man. Good to see you here. We got RDF in the building, man. Good morning to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to see you. Yes, sir. NorCal Raider Jesse, my guy with the sauce. You feel me? Yes, indeed, man. He always keeps it lit for me, man. Posting, hey, that's my mod right there, man. That's my mod squad. Got the mod squad in the building. You feel me? That's an old school reference for those who don't know. Mod Squad is an old TV show. Go look it up. You might enjoy it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Michael Guerrero, man, in the building, man. Tops to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yes. Hey, y'all, we getting close to Sunday. I know I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to get out there and tailgate and start getting back to filming these shows for this channel. I'm coming at y'all live and direct this year, yeah. I had to iron out some kinks, but we are back. They said, Lunatic, how you iron out kinks? I don't know. I just shaved them off. Shout out to Raider Goon, man, in the building, man. Thank you for being here, my brother. Thank you. Cassano Crowder is in the building, man. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Raider Nation, Jason in the building, man. Hey, salute to you as well, brother, for real. Thank you for being here, man. We're going to have fun with it today. I got some good little tidbits of information to spread the news, you know what I mean? So we can all get along, you know what I mean? Like Rodney King, rest in peace. Let's see, who else we got up in here, man? We in here a little bit. Chris Ariola, man, what's the deal, dude? Top of the morning, man. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here, man. Raul Chris is in the house. Hey, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, it is a pleasure to have you here with us. Simone. Like Terry got... Tony Shefford, man. Hey, salute to you, my brother. Salute to you as well. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir, man. It's good to see y'all, man. Good to see y'all. Y'all looking good, man. Y'all good looking chat, bruh. Hey, the world's most dangerous chat. And like I always say, without you, there's no me. And without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation. That's the Mickey Ficky Raider Nation, man. Hey, y'all see it. Y'all see it. You see the shield. It's all about the shield. That's all it's ever going to be about, man. Hey, salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody that supports this channel, this platform. Like I said, man, you guys are a big reason why this is growing the way it's growing. I'm spreading my wings, and I just can't fly yet. But hey, we're not meant to fly unless we get a plane ticket. So with that being said, man, hey, salute to each and every one of y'all. From Lunatic to y'all, man, I love y'all, man. Raider Nation, man. We ride together, we die together. Somebody say, I ain't trying to die with you. Hey, we ride together, we cry together. Man, I've been crying for the last 2 decades. I know. I think the tears stopped this year, y'all. Hey, I'm going out on a limb. I think the tears stop this year. I got bars, boy. Hey, salute to y'all, man. Such a wonderful feeling. NWA all day. You know how we get down with the get down. It don't stop and it won't stop. To the beat. Too short. All right, y'all. So like I was telling y'all, we got some little tidbits of inside information of the training camps going on in pads, you know what I mean? I was just watching some interviews and some podcasts and getting some good insights, you know what I mean? Shout out to Hondo Carpenter, man, with his information he passes along from what he sees going on in camp. And I broke down some of the little tidbits. I'm gonna bring it across to you guys. So you can understand, or not understand, but so you can hear exactly what they see inside that building, man. And right now, I like the direction this team is going. Even if we don't go to the playoffs, long as we improve from previous year, but the future is so bright. I wish I had my sunglasses, but you know how the whole song goes. My future so bright, I gotta wear sunglasses, bruh. Our future is bright, and I look at it like this. We added a lot of new pieces, right? But this is my thought. I always look ahead. This is just me. Just imagine. Say, for instance, these draft picks that we're getting good inside information on as far as their development, how they're impressing others in the camp. Just imagine if you were to duplicate that again next year in next year's draft. I'm just saying. You duplicate this again, because the way these guys are drafting and the way that they're going scouring the undrafted free agents after the draft and the free agents they do bring in here, I know that there's not a lot of star names on the back of these jerseys that's joining this team, but you know what? There's a lot of damn good players, athletes that we added to what we're trying to do. And that's the main objective. Add talent, add depth, add the kind of characteristics in a player that this team is looking to build around, and let that just continue to fester and grow. And I like the direct. It's been a long time since we went in a direction like this. Usually we're out there, everybody wants to spend money on free agents. Go get this older dude. The last team that we had that was contention for a Super Bowl was, 2002? That was a lot of old veterans from former teams that we added and that still had a little bit left in the gas tank. It's been a long time since we really built this thing from the foundation up. And I like the foundational pieces that we've added. I love the veteran leadership that we added at each level to go ahead and help these position groups develop into being mature men, not just be mature men, but also be Raiders. You know what I mean? Overall, just being Raiders. So without me continue to go on and on and on and on, the beat don't stop until the break of dawn. Willie Wayne, man, top of the morning to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. It's good to see y'all, man. The Gaffler, man, where you been, bruh? Come on, man. You can't be doing that to your boy, man. Man, you was MIA, bruh. It's good to see you, though. I'm glad you here and you breathing. Y'all be think I be lying when I be like, I be concerned when you guys are not here. Bruh, that's just how I am. I get so used to you guys every morning. It's like a friendship, and it's like, damn, what happened to Bobby Jimmy? And like, who's Bobby Jimmy? See, he been gone for so long, you don't even remember him. Oh, that Bobby Jimmy. Yeah, what happened to him? I don't know, bruh. And like, it's not like we know family members and the same friends to be like, hey, you know what happened to Bobby Jimmy? Nah, man, I ain't seen Bobby Jimmy in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah, man, last time I seen him was at the liquor store getting some Old English. Is that right? Yup. Man, I hope he's all right. See, I be concerned with y'all, man, for real. So I'm glad to see you guys. Even, like they say, slow motion's better than none, bruh. I ain't mad, bruh. I ain't mad. It's good to see y'all. That's all it is, bruh. But hey, welcome back, my friend. My friend. All right, so let's dive into this. I like Hondo Carpenter's what he sees, and he doesn't bite his tongue. There's some situations where, you know what I mean? Hey, don't get it twisted. This is what it is. But let me tell you about the individuals on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. So without further delay, we're going to go ahead and dive in on a few of the new additions of this team. And I'm not talking about Candy Girl. You know what I mean? Not that new addition. Not Can You Stand the Rain? You know what I mean? Not that one. But the new additions to the Raider Nation. You feel me? So without further delay, man, we're going to go ahead and dive into it. Hondo has a lot of good, he's there. He's in the building. Not only is he there, but he also talks to personnel, front office, players. So he gets real good, solid, concrete information, man. So, hey, salute to Hondo. Man, you doing your damn thing, man. Keep it going. I love the information you're bringing to the rest of the Raider Nation, man, so we can be in the know. But it's a good thing that you in there giving it to us. You feel me? So, let's see what he says.
One person we have seen move on the depth chart is Michael Mayer is now the number 1 tight end. Clearly, too. It's not even a competition. That's why after one day in pads, they were allowed to tell O.J. Howard he could go just because of how Hollister, they brought him in, but Boateng has looked. And Austin Hooper looks really good. He's everything you thought he was going to be. This is not a slam on him. I thought he'd be the starter because I thought they'd bring Mayer along. But Mayer's he's pure stud. And he's there, and he should be, and he belongs there.
Michael Mayer, bruh, for them to move up in the second round to 35? Just 3 picks outside of the first round to get Mayer. And see, a lot of people didn't think Mayer would be there even that far as just the top of the second round. They thought Mayer was going to be gone. But, bruh, everything you're hearing about Michael Mayer, that's why I said every player that we replace them with a player that does more than what the predecessor that they're replacing did for the team. Like, we know Waller, hell of an athletic freak. Big, tall, fast, you know what I mean? But his one weakness was blocking. But you go get Michael Mayer, and I'm telling you, Michael Mayer possesses all the skill sets to go ahead and block and also be a receiving threat. And thank God for Max Crosby. I'm telling you, here's another interesting point that they brought across that I've heard is that say for instance, just because Max Crosby is a defensive player at defensive end does not mean he cannot help give good insight to offensive players. And that's what it was being said about him just going after Michael Mayer, like his baptism by fire. You know what I mean? And he truly went after him. You don't want to be lenient. You want to show him this is what the NFL is, so this is what you're going to have to adapt and adjust to. And I'm glad he did that. And that's not the only one. The other information I heard is that when they had Jacorian Bennett lined up across from Devontae Adams, Devontae Adams did to Jacorian Bennett what Max Crosby did to Michael Mayer. But after the play was over, guess who was help coaching Jacorian Bennett up? Davante Adams. Just because you're not on the same side of the ball with these, that's what separates leaders from the rest of the pack. They're willing to help the whole team. So any information that Davante Adams had, even though he's a wide receiver, but he knows he goes against corners every day to help a corner be better, that's exactly what he's doing. And Jacorian Bennett they said he's so intellectually in tune that he asks the right questions and then he knows how to absorb the answers. And that's all you want to hear from a rookie. Like, man, not only does he possess the God-given abilities of being able to turn hips and his speed and whatnot, but he also has the intellectual fortitude to grasp the information given to him and using it. And that's the same with Max Crosby and Michael Mayer. Yes, he put Michael Mayer through that blender, boy. He was putting, when I say put hands on him, I ain't talking about, catching less uppercuts and overhand rights. I'm talking about just on a football field. You know what I mean? He gave him the business. But that's what you want. You want these guys to understand this is what you're going to face week in and week out. It may not be as intense as Max Crosby, but this is the best of the best in football. And you are in the NFL and you're going to face these guys week in and week out. So you can't be weak-hearted when you face these dudes. You got to understand, this is what they can do to you if you're not ready. And I salute the leaders of this team, Max Crosby, Davante Adams, as well as Marcus Peters. We will get into that in just one moment. So let's continue. Hold on. Before I continue on, let's see who's in the chat. Like I say, I'm not leaving nobody behind, bruh. We're going to change the whole format of this show. It's called inclusion. Everybody's included. And I'm going to take breaks in between each segment just to go ahead and recognize everybody here because, like I said, I can't do this without y'all, man, for real. I really can't. Ray Love in the building, man. Hey, top of the morning to you. Thank you for being here. It is a pleasure to see. Let me see who else. I just passed somebody else up, too. One momento. One admin, man. What's the deal, man? Hey, what's good with you, man? Top of the morning, man. I'm glad to see you here. For real, for real. Jayhawk Raider in the building. Salute to you. Raider being my dude, man. Top of the morning to you. Good to see all y'all. Hey, JB in the building on the good foot. Yes, sir. Yeah, we all up in here, man. Yeah. So let's continue forward, shall we? Hey, shout out to everybody that's watching. If this is your first time here, you know the routine. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment, share the video, do all that good stuff, man. Hopefully, you know what I mean, we can continue to grow together. You feel me? Hey, thank you. Proud to be your friend, man. Hey, salute to the nation, man. Like I said, y'all make this shit fun, man, for real. Ooh, did I say the S-H-I-T word? All right, let me take that back. Hey, shout out to the nation, man. Y'all make this thing fun. Salute to y'all. All right. Oh, let me take a little break real quick to give a shout out to Raider Critique. Bruh, I won the coin drawing on his channel, and I got it. Man, this thing is so dope, my man. Critique wherever you at, my brother, man. Thank you, man. Man, hold on. Let me take this thing out. Y'all just really don't know what the hell we working with right here. This thing is so dope. I mean, I really literally was okay, I need to find, if I can find a case to put this on and it spins around 360 degrees. Look at this, bruh. Look at this. Look at the craftsmanship of this. Come on, man. Commitment to excellence. But here's the kicker. Look at the backside, bruh. Bruh. Hey, Critique, man, salute to you, man. I really appreciate this one, bro. I love this. I love this. I might get a tattoo of this on my lower back, man. Hey, thank you. Shout out to the nation, man. Thank y'all for supporting everything, man. Yup. Did he say a lower back tattoo? Did I? I don't think I did. I think you guys heard that wrong. Yeah, I don't think I would say lower back tattoo, bro. I don't have any tattoos on my back. All my tattoos are on my shoulder, my chest, my forearms. Shit, you know what I mean? My stomach. Oh. But yeah, man, hey, Raider Critique, man, hey, salute to you once again, man. Thank you for the coin. Hey, it's fire. Fire. You feel me? Fire. You know what I mean? All right, let's continue on. All right, so now, Hondo was getting into some other aspects of the team with players and the personnel. He got some good information, bruh. So we gonna keep this train going. So let's go. Shout out to Hondo once again, Carpenter. Thank you for the inside
Isaiah
info,
Palomal.
Love ya.
I want to, and I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, but it is Isaiah Palomal is how I believe it's pronounced. He's in a battle with Trayvon Moehrig. Now, I'm going to say this right now. When they go to a 3 safety set, he's in there. He's the third guy, kind of like a nickel. You know who's going to come in and play nickel at corner. He'd be your third safety. Trayvon has had a good camp. Isaiah's had a very impressive camp. So they're battling. I still think Trayvon's the leader right now on the depth chart. But Isaiah's a guy. Now, I'm going to tell you, Isaiah's a guy that I was very open with you. I thought he was on the outside looking in the roster, and that was the thought process in the building too. A lot of people were like, "Hey, don't sell short on this kid," and we didn't. We were open that he was going to have a chance to compete. He's made the most of it. Man, he's making plays, and he just keeps showing up. So he's a guy I really like his camp. I think he's had a tremendous camp.
Man, I'm telling you, I love to hear that. Isaiah Palomal from USC, undrafted rookie, 6'4". I think he was a 4.35 40, 4.38, somewhere around there. I like him because I like his measurables. He's a very good type of player that I would like to see out there. Like he said, when they're running the 3 safety set, to have him as the third safety, I love him versus tight ends at 6'4" and can keep up with anybody. I love that. I love that. I love the fact that he's out there making plays. You can see the development in him. So shout out to the position coaches out there dealing with the secondary. You guys are doing your job. And shout out to the players. Shout out to the players out there that we added that has that work ethic. You remember that word, those 2 words, work ethic. That's the key. That is the key. When you have someone willing to learn and has all the natural God-given ability to make that what they learn produce out on the field at a high level, life becomes easy for a head coach, becomes easy for a positional coach. So with that being said, man, Isaiah Palomal is out there doing this thing, man. Hey, hats off to you, my brother, man. It's good to see the production paying off, and they're saying he's in good competition with Moehrig. And I hear one thing with Moehrig is that you can find Moehrig with none other than Marcus Peters. They said wherever you see Marcus Peters, there's Moehrig. That's why I told y'all, this is why we needed a Marcus Peters. That whole secondary, we got a young secondary group, bruh. Young secondary group. I'm talking about with the rookies, the new additions, and the previous players that were still young too. Moehrig is young, previous player. You know what I mean? Then you got people like Nate Hobbs, young, previous player. Then you go Jacorian Bennett, rookie, previous player. Chris Smith, rookie, new rookie. You know what I mean? Hey, bruh, You needed that alpha male dog out there to rub off on these young dudes, so these dudes can get out there, and that's why they're out there causing havoc. What did Ziegler say he wants the defense to do? Cause disruption. No clear passing lanes, no receiver open, somebody's on his hip with pressure coming up the middle and the edges. You want constant disruption because that causes turnovers. And no wonder they have as many turnovers as they had, even though it's Noah's camp. But I guarantee you, last year, you wasn't hearing that shit in camp. You wasn't hearing these guys making moves and causing turnovers and disruption like this last year. Why? Because they were implementing the system, and the new guys were learning the system. With 1 year under your belt, you can breathe easier. You know what I mean? You no longer have that elephant on your chest. I can't breathe. You can breathe now because you understand what's expected of you in this system. And I tell people, I was hopeful too last year that these guys go to the playoffs, and we even talked about it on Dirty Show. Anything less than the AFC West championship would be failure. But you know what? When I said that, and I admit, I wasn't thinking about implementing a system and analyzing your personnel, weeding through what you need, what you want to keep here, and what you're willing to let go, what you can trade and get draft picks and then draft what you need. I didn't look at it. I was straight tunnel vision, like, oh yeah, going off of last year or the year before last when they made the playoffs. I was basing everything off of that. And sometimes our sight is so shallow that we don't see beyond the blur. You feel me? And it's like when I sat there and I'm like, you know what? I made the same mistake. I was so in tune, just so excited because we did make the playoffs the previous year that I expected the new regime to come in and do the same thing. But then you gotta come back to earth and be realistic. In order for that to happen, that means the new regime would have to come in and continue to run the system that was already in place. That was not going to happen. That's what not. No. That does not make any sense. That does not add up for a regime to come run the previous regime's system, or else you would have just kept the previous regime. I mean, if that was the case. You know what I mean? So I was short-sighted on that as well. So I know there was a drop-off down to 6 wins, but to be realistic, like that, like people ask, and I think I said this yesterday, where they were talking about, well, do you think Denver's going to be better with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson? I said, shit, not in year one. Nope, not in year one, because they're going to go through the same growing pains as we did in the same situation. Because Sean Payton is going to run the offense the way he wants to run the offense, not how it was ran the year before. Even though Denver didn't have any success last year, but that's that. But to be honest, Denver might have a fall off this year. You know what I mean? You taking out that system and adding a new one, and then now we got to start all over again. Sometimes that knocks the wind out of you. That's like a straight shot to the solar plexus. It's like, oh, it's hard to catch your wind. You know what I mean? But hey, that's their business, and that's their thing that they have to face on their own. Because we don't give a damn about no donkeys. Nobody ride donkeys to work no more, and nobody, you know what I mean? Hey, we don't need no mule. I ain't digging for gold and need them to go down into the Grand Canyon because I can't drive down there. You feel me? Okay, so let's keep this thing moving, man. That's some good information that we're getting from Hondo. Let's keep that train going, Maul. Let's go.
McClendon Curtis. This is a kid we talked about since right after the draft, a UDFA out of Tennessee Chattanooga. He's a guy I had making the roster, still do right now. But I'm going to tell you a couple things. The young man is strong as an ox. If he's not the strongest offensive lineman on the team, he's one of them. So he's got all the NFL strength, talent, ability, super high football IQ. I think he's a year away from competing for a starter's spot. I think he's probably a year away, which means maybe he could at the end of the year. The question's going to be, if they don't put him on the roster, where do they put him in the practice squads? Because there's a really good chance somebody's going to grab him off your roster. And if you really think he's a year away as a starter, as a UDFA, you know, you're paying him so little money. Is it a risk that you take? It's going to be fun to watch. I still think he's on the roster right now, but I think it's a bubble, and not because he's playing bad. I just think because so many other people are playing really, really good.
So what he's saying is that there's a lot of good offensive linemen playing real well. And I know it's just training camp. No live games. But McClendon Curtis, I've been telling you guys, this dude here, they said he has NFL strength, and that was before getting on a regiment. And I said, now put him on an NFL regiment. How much stronger can he get? He's going to be a monster. If you go watch his film from college, BEAST. No, I was gonna say dinosaur. Like, that's not how you spell dinosaur. Hey, BEAST, pit bull. I get kicked out of the spelling bee. That would be wrong. You know what I mean? But no, straight beast, bruh. Beast. I'm like bully type beast. Like, I feel sorry for defensive linemen lined up, going up against him type beast. And he's still green, undrafted. Now, they gave up about $250,000 to go ahead and sign, fully guaranteed, over $200,000 to get his services. So usually when teams do that to undrafteds, that means there were other teams that were interested in signing him, right? So you had to be the one to outbid. Well, he's a Raider now. Now, like Carpenter said, if he makes the roster, we know he makes the roster, but what aspect? 53 or the 16-man practice squad? If you put him on the practice squad, it's best to put him in one of the 4 protected slots so no team can come snatch him up and throw him to their 53. You know what I mean? Him and Wagner. Wagner's another guy that we gave over $250,000 to get his services because he had teams interested with him coming out of college undrafted as well. So, and I'm thinking that the Raiders were looking at those 2 dudes as that potentially can be our future as far as Wagner replacing McClendon Curtis replacing Alex Bars. Right now, they said Alex Bars is doing good, and he's beating out Mutai. Mutai came over from Denver at right guard. I'm assuming that he would beat Alex Bars out from the starting job, right? I don't think Alex Bars makes this team. Now with Carpenter Hondo coming out saying that this is how Curtis is looking at right guard, now I'm like, okay, Mutai becomes a starter, because that's the one thing on Mutai that is his go-to. The one thing about him that they love is his strength. And for them to brag about Curtis's strength as an undrafted, then I'm knowing Mutai must have some. But I mean, whatever Bars is doing, just wait until he gives up the sacks. I'm just telling you. If he plays in this preseason game Sunday, let's see how many sacks he give up. Because like I said, last year, he gave up 5, bruh. And if we're all concerned with Jimmy Garoppolo being healthy and not getting hurt, a fool at the right guard giving up 5 sacks, ain't something that makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside about Garoppolo being healthy all season. You know what I mean? So why did he give up 5 sacks last year? Could it be, and here's the tie-in. Could it be because of lack of strength? And so when they start bragging about Curtis's strength, and the one thing on Mutai is his strength, is that he's not strong enough to handle defenders? I don't know, but 5 sacks he gave up last year, and he's a veteran. You know what I mean? And he only has a 1-year deal. After this year, he's a free agent. Same with Illuminor. I heard Illuminor is getting pushed by, was it Mumford? Thayer Mumford? I think he's pushing Illuminor for that right tackle. That's what I heard. Hey, I'm telling you, he's pushing him. We're going to wait and see, though. We're going to wait and see. Let me get back to the chat before I continue on further. Shout out to everybody out there. Cool Kev in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Raider Pete in the building, man. Salute to you as well. It's good to see y'all, man. Hey, right on, man. I appreciate that beer, bro. Matter of fact, let me sip that shit. Hey, shout out to Cool Kev for the I don't get super likes or nothing like that. I get beer. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that one, man. That hit the spot. Raider Rich, man, in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. It's good to see you here, for real. Raider Syndicate. Hey, what's the deal, Raider Syndicate? In the building. It's good to see y'all, man, for real. Sam Taker, man, what's the deal, dog? Hey, good morning to you, man, for real. Let me see. And I think that's about it right now. Hey, good shit. I'm trying to cut back on the cussing, bro, because I'm trying to line everything up so I can have the audio podcast. And I'm reaching out trying to get some I got some business jump. Hey, NWA network, bro, is going to crack. I'm telling y'all. It's about to crack, bro. We got a lot of stuff in store. A lot of stuff we're working on, but hey, I don't want to speak on it because I don't want to jinx nothing, but it is what it is, bro. We're trying to make things happen for the nation. You feel me? OJ Raider in the house, man. What is the deal, man? Top of the morning. Good to see you, man, for real. All right, so let me continue further into Hondo Carpenters. You know what I mean? What he's saying. Hold on, let me see. So we know about Michael Mayer. We already got Corey Bennett. We did hold on.
Isaiah Palomar.
Might be I
want it. And I
for that, bruh. Hey, bruh. Like I said, I'm glad this guy is putting in the work and being noticed, because I'm not a USC fan, but bruh, hey, hey, never mind. I want to get off subject. But Palomar, I want him to make this team. I love his measurables. I love the fact that he's developing. That's all you can ask for. Hey, Dave Ziegler, this is for you. Thank you, man, for knowing what the hell you doing. You know what I mean? So far, and like right now, we got a joint practice coming up with the Niners. This is the beauty of it, y'all. We got 2 joint practices. 2 joint practices this year. No team does that. No team does 2 joint practices with 2 different teams in the same training camp. But we're doing it against the Niners, and we will be doing it again against the Rams. They are really trying to get to the point of developing the toughness of this team to go ahead and endure all these other trick ass, you know what I mean, teams out there we gotta play. I'm impressed. And like Hondo was saying, I didn't play it for you, but he was talking about how he's never seen a coach allow his players in training camp to hit the way they hit and even go to, because once they get ready to go to the ground, they blow the whistle, play over. But they're letting them like get it on. And I'm like, you play the way you practice. If they're practicing like this, I feel sorry for the other team that we face, because now they're going to bring that intensity and that same focus against them on that football field. And bruh, it won't be pretty, because we got a head start by playing like that in practice against each other. I love it, bruh. I love it. Keep it going. All right, so let's go ahead. Now here is what Hondo broke down about Spillane that we got from Pittsburgh, linebacker. I told people, don't sleep on this guy. Everybody was like, just because you didn't know who he was does not mean he's not capable of handling that green dot on his helmet at middle linebacker for the Raiders. But listen to people that's been watching him. Hey, Hondo, what you think about Spillane?
The Raiders knew their defense lacked toughness. Now, I want to make sure this is really clear. I really like Denzel Perryman. He was a game changer at middle linebacker, great guy, but he just could not stay healthy. And so they go out and they get a Robert Spillane. The last 6 games of the 2022 season for Pittsburgh, he played every down on defense as a starting middle linebacker for Pittsburgh and every single down on special teams. Tough. He is tough as nails. Now, in fairness, going back to his time at Western Michigan, I covered him there as well. So I knew what the coaches felt about him there. He was one of those guys, don't break glass unless it's time of war. You had to take him out of, scrimmages because he'd hurt his own team, not because he was a jerk, just because he played with such intensity.
Bruh. I told y'all about Spillane. I told y'all. When I looked up the research on him, I'm like, well, he had the green dot with Pittsburgh before. You know what I mean? And for him to be a linebacker coming from that system in Pittsburgh, I'm like, Pittsburgh don't put out piss poor performance linebackers or safeties. They're just not their pedigree. And I'm like, Spillane, don't sleep on him. And I said, he reminds me of Romanowski. And lo and behold, Rondo comes out, and I think this interview he did was done yesterday. Said this tough as nails. His last 6 games with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he played every down on defense and every down in special teams. 6 games straight. Played all that shit. That's saying a lot, bruh. That's saying a lot about a middle linebacker. And see, since people did not know who he was, this is what I don't understand. If you don't know something, why speak down on it? Because they were talking down on Spillane. I'm not confident in Spillane. Why? You have not even looked at his game tape. How you not even look at his game tape or even do research and come up with the conclusion you're not sold on him? How are you not sold? Because you're not familiar with his name? None of us gives a damn about the players on Pittsburgh's team. Of course we don't know their names. But if you go do the research, you start looking like, wait a minute, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. Spillane is not a bad linebacker, period. Period. He's on that, and I told y'all, I said no disrespect to Spillane, but he's a football dickhead. I told y'all that. Well, what you mean by a dickhead? To me, a dickhead is somebody that takes their job too serious. Like a cop. Like you dick. I don't want to say the F word. You dickhead. You know what I mean? You a dickhead. Because you take your job too serious. Like you're harassing people for jaywalking. And not harassing the people that done murdered somebody or molested a kid. But that's all subject. I'm getting back to the fact that Spillane is a football dickhead. That's what he's good at. That's what he takes it. Is it too serious? Or obviously what Hondo said is he took it too serious to the point where in college they had to sideline him because he might hurt his own players, because that's just how intense he is. That's taking your job too serious. But I'd rather you do that against the opponent rather than your own players, though. I don't mind them getting hurt. You want them to get hurt? I didn't say I want them to get hurt. I said I don't mind them getting hurt. It is what it is. He plays for us. You know what I mean? He's on our team. I don't give a damn about the other team. Like the Niners, Spillane, hey, go knock the you know what out of their ass. For real. I'm not mad at you, bruh. First shot on me. Go get them. That's the players you need. So now they're starting to talk. Now you start focusing on the levels of leadership. What are the levels of leadership on defense, you might ask? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Let me go ahead and continue further. So, the trenches, the defensive line. Max Crosby is your leader. Your linebackers. You know what I mean? Whether it's Masterson, whether it's Diablo, it's Spillane. Okay, I'm going to continue. Secondary, Marcus Peters. Now you're starting to see, look at the type of players that are the leaders at every level. If they can get players to play like them, we are in good hands. If Max Crosby gets Tyree Wilson to play like him, Adam Plant Jr. to play like him, we are in good hands. If Spillane gets Diablo, Masterson, Butler, who else? I'm drawing a blank. The rookie we drafted, who is good in coverage. You know what I mean? Good in coverage. Oh my God, what is his name? It's Bernie. Bruh, we're in good hands. Secondary, if you can get Jacorian Bennett, right? Jacorian Bennett, rookie corner, to play like Marcus Peters, or to even get Polamalu. I wonder why is everybody in the secondary playing good? And just ask me that. That's the only thing I want to know. Let's look at the common denominator. Why is everybody in the secondary? Because the only name I haven't heard of, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, Chris Smith. I have not heard anything about Chris Smith. But you hear Polamalu's doing good. Jacorian Bennett doing good. You know, Nate Hobbs is doing good. Amik Robinson is doing good. And these are all guys that are looking at Marcus Peters like, that's the man. Bruh, now they got a leader to go ahead and mold the way they want to play. And if they can play like Marcus Peters played in his prime, what he got career-wise? 6 pick sixes? He has 6 touchdowns on an interception in his career, bruh. If he can get these young guys to be able, and see, and another part that's going to come into play, and Hondo mentioned it, is sometimes that these guys and these, like, I can see Marcus Peters directing traffic as far as putting guys in the right position to make plays. Same on the next level at linebacker. Spillane putting guys in position to make plays. Bruh, I can't wait. This is why I want to see the development of the Raiders. This is what I'm here for. This is what I got my popcorn ready for. Everything that you guys are telling us, what these guys are doing in camp, I want to see on the field in a game, preseason or not. Show me your ability. I don't care about a preseason record. What I care about and what I look at the preseason for is the development of players that I'm hearing everyone speak highly of during practice and training camp. Yeah, it's all good. When it's Practice? Practice? We're talking about practice. Not a game, but practice. Shout out to Allen Iverson, bruh. That was the most epic-ass post-game speech or whatever the hell it was. Allen Iverson, hey, he gave it a buck. But still, practice makes perfect. That's the reason why that saying exists. The way you practice is the way you play. But you might play even better because you don't play as hard in a game as you would do in practice if you go all out. It's a controlled atmosphere. You know what I mean? You can control your aggressiveness. You can control your, you know what I mean, how much energy you use in a real game. Nope. It just, you got to go with the flow. You know what I mean? But hey, if everything they're saying about this team is true, and the players that they mentioned are also true, man, about time we get the defense to do their damn thing. To do the damn thing. Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up on this Tuesday, man. We rocking and rolling, man, talking about our beloved Raiders. Robert Munoz is in the building. Raiders. You know what it is. You know what it is. Charles Washington in the building. Nothing weak about Crosby. That's facts. That's factuals for real, for real. Snoops Hernandez, man, my dude, what is the deal, man? Top of the morning. Good to have you here. Yeah, we in here, bro. Hey, we got some. I think we in the right direction, y'all. Like I said, I'm not saying we're gonna win the Super Bowl. My win total. Okay, let's all talk about what we think the Raiders are gonna do this year. I'm factoring everything in, right? We won 6 games last year. This team, to me, in my eyes, are improved from last year on both sides of the ball. I'm gonna add 4 more wins on top of that 6 from last year. Give me 10 wins on the season. 10-7. 10-7. 10-7 on the year is my prediction. I said between 9 and 10, but I'm gonna give them 10. I'm gonna give them 10. It could be more though, but realistically, I think like if we have this team with the defense that, from the way it sounds, like I say on paper, if we would have had this defense last year in those 6 games we lost by less than a touchdown, you mean to tell me that out of those 6 games, we couldn't have been the ones on the winning end? Maybe not all 6. What about 4 out of 6 to get 10 wins? You know what I mean? I try to break it down like that, bro. It's not a given, but it's just kind of like somebody had to win those games that close. It's just that we were on the short end of the stick. What happened if we weren't on the short end of the stick? Maybe there's a possibility of winning all 6. If we would have had the mentality and I think the kind of players we have now, I think those 6 games, it's good to say that they wouldn't have ended that way. It wouldn't have ended that way. I just got a feeling, bruh. But, I mean, it's kind of hard. This is what I look at. Last year, like I said, you're implementing a new system. And it's kind of hard to play the game and learn it at the same time. And I'm not saying the game of football. I'm saying what you're supposed to do. Playbook. It's hard to play the game and learn what you're supposed to do at the same time, because that's basically what they did last year. They were learning as they played. Your production, you don't come out, you're not victorious playing like that, but you got to accept the fact that, bro, we're going to take some L's, but at least we're getting good life lessons. You feel me? And you want to learn. You want to learn. Now you're hearing everybody in year 2, that's in year 2, how they're I feel real comfortable. They ask them, are you comfortable in year 2? Oh, I'm real comfortable now because I know what to go. You know what I mean? You hear the confidence in them. So I'm just imagining if you confident now because of what you went through in year 1, how did you feel during year 1? That confidence wasn't there because you just now getting the confidence. So I'm knowing you was too busy thinking. And football is, once you stop thinking and you just go muscle memory, and you go with the flow, you play better, you produce better. And they weren't doing that in year one because they were too busy thinking. That's why I expect this year's outcome to be way different from last year, because now they don't have to think. At least not as much. Like by a whole margin. You don't have to think as much as you would have in year one, because that's what I took from it. If you're talking about this year, you can breathe a whole lot better, you're more comfortable, then I'm just imagining what year one was during year one. It had to be hell for you, because you just sound so relieved now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this year is way different. We're having fun. Yeah, you're having fun because you don't have to think no more. You don't have to sit there and, what do I do? What do I do? Now it's just like, you already know what to do. So of course you can have fun. That's why I knew, like, can't judge year one. You cannot judge this regime by year one. This year two, oh, judge the hell out their ass. If they don't produce in this year, Josh McDaniels, bruh, you're on the hot seat. You're on the hot seat. Plain and simple. If you don't do better this year, and I ain't saying going from 6 to 7 wins either, you are on the hot seat. But I know not to judge you by year one. Year one is pretty much a throw. You know what I mean? Like a throw. It's kind of like, it's like in football when you have a scrimmage, like you playing a game against another team, but it's not a real game against another team. That shit don't count. Bruh, that's year one. It was a scrimmage. Our year one under a new regime was a scrimmage year. Just like Denver will have a scrimmage year. There's nothing to build on in Denver. They didn't do shit last year. It ain't like when Gruden went to Tampa Bay when he left us. That team, Dungy had that team already ready on defense. That defense won that Super Bowl. 5 interceptions, 3 were pick sixes. That's 21 points on defense. That game was over, bruh. On defense. Tony Dungy's defense. It wasn't Gruden's offense. That offense didn't do shit. That offense didn't do shit in Tampa Bay against us. So I'm knowing that was the only situation. But you got, Denver was horrible last year. You think Sean Payton gonna come in there and just flip a switch and like, oh, we're gonna have 12 wins this year? How the hell? How you figure that? You feel me? You know what? Here's the thing that I learned about Carr and the offense. It's not that Carr was a bad quarterback. See, everybody, let me go ahead and lay this shit to bed real quick. And I know we're talking about Carr and he's no longer a Raider, but I'm gonna show you the difference between him and from what I'm seeing from the outside looking in. I might not be right, I might be wrong, but from what I can see, doing a comparison, there was a couple of things with Carr that I think rubbed the Raiders in the wrong way. Thus the reason why I think that Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels had closed door conversations. It had nothing to do with Josh McDaniels' job security, but everything to do with, I guarantee you the conversation was about, do you think Carr is the right fit for what we're trying to do? And I think Josh McDaniels say, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Well, what do you think we should do? Getting down to the last 2 games, season over with. We ain't really got nothing to play for. Just let me and listen, because this is what it looked like too. Let me show you what the offense is supposed to look like. And so Mark Davis was like, well, how you going to show me that? Well, I ain't going to say it like that. Well, Mark Davis probably said, because people say Mark Davis is the one that had Carr benched. I don't know. I don't believe that. An owner would never get involved. You know what I mean? Especially Mark Davis. He's not going to get involved with football situations because he's not a football situation guy. He's a business guy. So he lets the football minds handle the football. I think Josh McDaniels was like, let me show you what the offense look like, and we can tell. This is how we're going to see if the offense is being ran right with the right quarterback. Let's bench Carr. Let me put Stidham in. Stidham was with me in New England. Let me show you. And Stidham is the backup. So if the backup can do better than the starter, what you going to get from that? So they put Stidham in there, and against the Niners defense, Stidham killed it. Him and Devontae. Look, how many times you think Devontae and Stidham worked? Because that call was made, you know what I mean, late in the season, that he got benched. And Stidham came out there and showed off his ass. And he's nothing more than a backup. So the backup quarterback did more than the starting quarterback. This is Carr's downfall with the Raiders. Not as a quarterback, as a Raider. For one, he holds the ball too long. This offense is not based on holding the ball for hella long. He led the league in possession time in the pocket with the ball. You don't want to hold the ball for 4 seconds plus. That's what Carr did. 2, the red zone, Achilles heel. We did not look. There was shout out to Death Star Report. They said last night, and I never knew this stat until last night when they said it. But hey, shout out to Dustin and them, man. Hey, they said that the Raiders were one of the top teams with long touchdowns in the league last year. So we're, you know how we're talking about bombs, but I'm not looking at it as bombs. I'm looking at it as like the reason why we were one of the top teams in long ball touchdowns, because we couldn't score short touchdowns in the red zone. All our touchdowns had to come outside of the 20. That's why they were long touchdowns. We had to score outside of the 20 because we couldn't score inside the 20 on short touchdowns. That's what that showed me. That's exactly what that showed me. So the red zone was something that Carr, and they said he was holding the ball too long, trying to think, you know what I mean, overthinking, trying to what to do, because Gruden's offense called for that. Hold the ball until something happens. This is what I'm hearing. This is not my opinion. This is what I'm hearing insiders say. Gruden's offense, specifically, hey, try to make something happen. Our offense, if nobody's open, when you go through your reads, get rid of the ball. Let's go to the next play. Keep the shit moving. Don't take a sack. Don't take an interception. Just let's go to the next play. I want the ball out your hands quick. This offense does not mean go deep and we hit you deep. What we want you to do is catch the ball when we throw within 20 yards, and then you do the rest. And I told y'all that. We don't need Garoppolo to be the hero and thread the needle and go deep and make the big play. We need him just to get the ball to our play callers and then let them make the big play with yak, yards after the catch. That's what you want. And they were saying that that's what Hondo said this, that's what Davante Adams was doing with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. They weren't going bombs like that. It was Davante Adams taking those passes and making them long-ass touchdowns. That's why I said you got to see how we were scoring. But that's the breakdown. Now, you get Garoppolo. Garoppolo is third. I think he's third. I know he's top 5, but I think it's third in red zone efficiency. So scoring in the red zone is something he's good at. And the other thing is, he does not hold the ball too long. These interceptions that he had in training camp, guess what they come from? him holding the ball too long, because they told him, never mind the first target. The things that they were laying out for Garoppolo to go out there and do, they wanted him to go through progressions and see how he does then, and they said that's when the interceptions were coming. But I think that's just the fact of there's no continuity between him and the receivers. Because one day he would do good, tear the defense up. Next day, defense come back and tear his ass up. But like I tell people, that's what you want. You want that tug of war. You want offense to win one day and defense to win another. Because I'm going to tell you what if, say for instance, Garoppolo in that offense was scoring on the defense and the defense couldn't stop him? What would you be concerned about then? The defense? Exactly. You would be concerned about the defense. Like, damn, our defense can't stop nobody. Now it's a concern on the defense. But if the defense is doing better against the offense, then now all of a sudden we're concerned about the offense. Pick one. Is it the offense, the defense, or both? Or better yet, none. Because they're tug-of-warring. The defense get the best of Garoppolo one day, Garoppolo come back and tear their ass up the next day. That's what I've been hearing in camp. Especially when he was throwing listen to me, people that said that Garoppolo can't go deep, 60-yard bombs to Devontae Adams more than once. And Amika Robinson will tell you he said that shit. He was throwing them for 60 yards plus. Right in the breadbasket of Devontae Adams, he can go deep. And if anybody say, 60 yards ain't deep, 60 yards is deep, bruh. That's throwing from your own 40 a touchdown. You're throwing from your own 40 line for a touchdown is 60 yards. That's deep. That's deep, bruh. Come on, bruh. A touchback is what, 25? You at the 25-yard line? So another 15 yards, you're in touchdown range? That's deep, bruh. It may not be Jamarcus Russell, throw it from McDonald's bathroom in Oakland and then hitting the course at Top Golf in Vegas. It may not be that. You know what I mean? But 60 yards is deep enough, bruh. But that's what you want, though. You want to see your defense do good. I mean, you can't be a Raider fan and just, okay, now you're splitting the fan base again into, okay, defense and offense? I'm riding with the offense. I'm riding with the defense. You know what I mean? And then what? The defense is getting good on our offense, and that's a problem? I think that's a fucking encouragement. Our defense ain't gonna suck like last year. Hopefully, they get INTs like they doing in training camp. But yes, from everything that we're hearing good things, but take it with a grain of salt. I can't wait till Sunday when we play the 60 Winers at Allegiant Stadium. I will be there. Matter of fact, I might go live when I do Game Day Morning with the Nation. You know what? Game Day Morning with the Nation will be before I go out there, because they don't open up the parking lot until 3 hours before game time. So I'm gonna go 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Good morning, Nation, or good morning. What? Not good morning. Game Day Morning with the Nation is before the game. So y'all peep me out Sunday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. We're gonna do the damn thing. Talk about the game, talk about the players that we are interested in watching and seeing their development in a live action game, you feel me? So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy. D-Menace, my dude. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for pulling up. Let me get everybody out on here. Robert Munoz Jr., hey, salute. That's what you need. Exactly. You want your defense and the offense on your team against each other, tug of war. You want one person to win, or not one person, one side of the ball win, and you want the adjustments made by the other side of the ball to come back and beat them. Then that iron sharpens iron. That's what you get. Iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? Hey, so that's real factuals right there. So with that being said, man, I'm about to jump off here, catch me some shut-eye. But I'll be back tomorrow morning. Same Raider time, same Raider channel, right here on Raiders Allegiance. It is Good Morning Raider Nation, live Raiders podcast with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. Thank each and every one of you guys for pulling up. I salute y'all. Thank y'all. To those that's watching, that's not in the chat, but just kicking back, hey, eating breakfast, maybe some pancakes, some waffles, some omelets or some French toast. Hey, salute to you, man. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, man. That's all I ask for. It don't cost a dime to be a part of mine. This platform is for all of the nation, man. Salute to y'all, man. So with that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider. You've been watching Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. I salute y'all, man. Hey, thank y'all. Like I said, once again, hey, applause the Raider Nation, bruh. For real. Y'all making this platform do what it do, and I thank y'all. Really, I really do, man. Since I started this channel, man, it's been a long road, and I'm glad I got friends like y'all, really. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your day, man. Be blessed. Make it back home to your loved ones. And please, pull up tomorrow morning. Let's do it again. Let's talk some other stuff. Let's just talk Raider football. You know what I mean? The optimism kind of got me intoxicated. And I like that feeling. You know what I mean? Without the hangover. So with that being said, man, enjoy y'all day, man. I'm Lunatic Raider. This Raiders Allegiance, man. I'm out this. B-I-N.